A guy worked 14 hours every single day. Meetings, emails, tasks, non-stop hustle for 3 straight years. Then one night, he sat down and looked at his life. Nothing had changed. He was busy, incredibly busy, but he was not intelligent. Today I'm going to show you 5 things that genuinely intelligent people refuse to do. And I'm warning you right now, number 3 is going to make you think about something you did this week and cringe. Let's go. Point 1. They never fake knowledge to protect their image. Here's a test. Someone asks you something you don't know. What do you do? Most people do one of 3 things. They make something up. They say something that sounds smart but means absolutely nothing. Or they change the subject so fast you don't even notice. And the reason? Somewhere in life, we got taught that not knowing equals not being enough. Intelligent people rejected that idea completely. When they don't know something, they say 3 words that most people are terrified to say. I don't know. No embarrassment. No panic. Just honesty. And here's the wild part. That response makes people trust you more, not less. Because everyone in the room knows you're the only one actually telling the truth. Point 2. They never argue to win. Watch someone who always needs the last word. Who turns every disagreement into a battle. Who cannot let a single wrong statement pass without correcting it. You're not watching a confident person. You're watching someone terrified of being wrong. Because for them, being wrong means being less. Intelligent people are completely different. Not because they don't have opinions, they have very strong ones. But because they know something most people never figure out. The goal of a conversation isn't to win, it's to understand. They don't fight with people who've already decided and just want a war. And when they do engage, it's because they're genuinely curious. What if this person knows something I don't? That openness, that's not weakness. That is the rarest form of confidence. Point 3. They never let a temporary emotion make a permanent decision. Stop. This is the one. Think about the angriest you've ever been, the most excited, the most heartbroken. Now think about what you almost did in that moment. The message you almost sent, the decision you almost made, the words you almost said that you could never take back. Intelligent people feel all of that. Every single bit of it. They're not robots. They're not cold. But they've learned one rule that changes everything. A feeling is information, not an instruction. When they're furious, they wait. When they're on top of the world, they sleep on it. When they're drowning, they don't make decisions. Neuroscientists call it emotional regulation. I call it something simpler, knowing the difference between feeling the fire and burning your own house down. Point 4. They never surround themselves with people who only agree with them. This one is uncomfortable because agreement feels amazing. A room full of people nodding at everything you say, that feels like success, until the day a decision actually matters. Until you're wrong about something enormous and nobody around you caught it. Because nobody around you was ever allowed to disagree. Intelligent people do something that takes real courage. They seek out the people who push back. Who say, wait, have you thought about this? Who make them slightly uncomfortable because they're not just clapping. Psychologist Carol Dweck spent decades studying this. The people who grew the most weren't the ones who protected their ideas. They were the ones who stress tested them. The most dangerous room you can be in. The one where everyone agrees with you. Point 5. They never confuse being busy with being effective. We live in a world that turned exhaustion into a trophy. People brag about how little they slept, how packed their schedule is, how they haven't taken a day off in months. Like suffering is proof of worth. Intelligent people are not impressed by this. They see it for exactly what it is. A sophisticated way of avoiding one harder question. Is what I'm doing actually mattering? Because here's the truth that stings. You can be busy your entire life and arrive at the end of it having moved in circles. Busyness is easy. Direction is hard. Peter Drucker said it best. Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. Most people optimize for speed. Intelligent people refuse to run fast in the wrong direction. So look at all 5 together. They don't fake knowledge because truth matters more than image. They don't argue to win because understanding matters more than ego. They don't let emotions decide because wisdom matters more than reaction. They don't chase agreement because growth matters more than comfort. And they don't mistake motion for progress because impact matters more than activity. This isn't about IQ. It's not about your degree. It's not about how fast you think. It's about 5 things you're willing to let go of. So here's your question, and I want you to answer it honestly in the comments. Which one of these 5 are you still holding on to? Drop it below. And if this hit different, you already know what to do. Subscribe, because next week, we're going even deeper.